Good morning, Flosstube. I've been away far too long, and Lucy and I wanted to pop in this morning, say hello, and share just a hodgepodge of things. Some cross stitch, some crochet, some life news and souvenirs from our trip, and exciting family news. So I thought I would start with Lucy, who is having a good fall so far. She has her winter coat pretty much grown in and spends a lot of time curled up asleep and the rest of the time wanting to play fetch. While we were out of town, my sister and her brother-in-law kept Lucy for us, and Lucy learned a new trick. While their grandchildren were playing in the backyard with a soccer ball, Lucy decided that it was a game she wanted to learn, and this dog has pushed that soccer ball all over their yard and then all over our yard. But I made a big mistake. Instead of buying a soccer ball for her, I bought a child's play ball in hot pink, of course. She had a blast for about 5 minutes, and then she bit the plastic ball and it deflated. So I need to get smart and get a soccer ball so that she can't destroy it, because this is going to be her exercise, y'all. She had a blast with them, and she had a blast with me out there until the ball was destroyed. So that's the update on this puppy dog. Now she wants me to put her down. She's doing well and will turn 9. Oh, that's my ice maker, I'm sorry. Will turn 9 years old on the 20th. Goodness, I need to plan something. Today is the 17th of October. Lucy, I have 3 days to get you a birthday treat. I hope you all are well. I am fighting a little bit of a cold. It is so much better. My remedies have helped, but I'm afraid I may sniff a bit. I hope I don't cough. So we have had a very eventful last 6 weeks. The most recent family news, which I'll share at the beginning, is the birth of a new granddaughter who is a living doll, no question about it, and we cannot wait to go visit her. They do live out of state, 2 days drive away, so we're actually going to fly and visit with that sweet family in November. But what exciting news for any family, but especially the grandparents, to welcome another grandchild. And this sweet baby girl is about 4 days old, maybe 5 days old. She looks like her mommy did as a baby. So blessings abound. Before that, we also had a huge family event in that we traveled to the United Kingdom to spend 16 days. 2 of those days were travel days, of course. And we spent the first half, or a little more than half, with another daughter and her precious family who live in England because of being stationed there in the United States Air Force. And so a lot of what I'm showing you today will have to do with that trip. What a blessing. What a wonderful time we had. Our travel went well. Our visit went as well as grandparents could ever expect. It was so blessed. And then we had a few days at the end of the trip in the beautiful city of London, and that was wonderful as well. We have been to London before, so we had a small list of things we wanted to see or to see again, and we really, really enjoyed that. Missing those precious grandchildren so much. And before I get into everything else, let me just go ahead and say to their mama, if they happen to see this video, don't watch this next few minutes because I'm going to show their little surprises. So if y'all could just close your eyes or walk away, and then I'll tell you when you can come back. So while I was there, I was working on my project for Operation Christmas Child, the purses for the shoe boxes for little girls all around the world. And of course, these grandchildren wanted purses and bags like the ones I was making for the Christmas boxes. So I have these ready to put in a package today to mail to them. So you children, do not look for just a moment. For twin girls, we have two, sorry about that, guys, purses. One's handle is solid, one is patterned. They can decide whose is whose. And these are a similar prototype to what we're putting in the boxes, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I want to show you how perfect these are for little treasures. So we got these little mini notebooks at Dollar Tree, and they fit perfectly in the little purse. And half a sheet of stickers also fits perfectly. So what fun for anyone who receives this who might be a little girl up into preteen. So we have two of those to ship. And then their brother wanted a bag to put his new Bible in to take to church. So he and I put our heads together, and he wanted brown because his Bible is brown. And guys, we have measured, we have remeasured. We hope when this gets to him that that Bible is going to fit in this bag, and that this will be masculine enough for a precious little boy. If it is not big enough for his Bible, we have talked about him using it for a smaller book because he's a big reader. So these will go in the mail today, and he will also get a special notebook in his bag, one that fits in this size bag. So such fun. Okay, guys, if your mama is listening, you all can come back. No more surprises. Those will go to the post office as soon as I finish this video. Let me show you the other purses that were made for this project. So I have this one that will go in the boxes, and it's the same design. Somehow that handle ended up a little longer. So that will go to Operation Christmas Child. Then a dear, sweet, precious woman at my church made 7 of these, exactly the same. Hers are knitted. Is this not the most gorgeous thing? And she recommended this yarn. It is from Hobby Lobby. It is called Love That Yarn. I'm going to show you some of that in just a minute. So we have her 7 to go in our boxes. And then I thought I had one more, but I didn't put it in my bag. Anyway, we are accumulating those bags. The boxes will be stuffed at the beginning of November, and we should have probably 10 to 12 purses for girls' boxes. And then we'll keep working on those for the next year. And while we're in the crochet bag, I'll go ahead and show you that yarn. I love this yarn. That's what it's called. This one is a chunky. I don't think hers was the chunky. These colors are called Sunset. Hobby Lobby, so soft. So I started a baby Afghan with this yarn. And this stitch is one my daughter recommended to me called Moss Stitch, or some people call it linen stitch. Absolutely the most fun ever. You single crochet into the chain, then you chain, then you skip the next stitch, single crochet, chain again, skip, single crochet, chain again. But there's a little bit more to the design, so look it up on YouTube if that is a stitch that interests you. But this might be the Afghan I give my nephew and his wife. I haven't decided yet. This is the one I've been working on for them, which is a different yarn, which I didn't bring, but we have talked about it before. If you need to know, I will definitely look it up. This one has more of the baby colors. I may end up using this for them and then giving this one to a friend or a granddaughter. It's just so much fun to work with. It works up so quickly. And then, I'm all over the place today. This is the bag that I bought while we were in London Fortnum & Mason, the famous department store. It's supposed to have a lifetime guarantee, y'all. If it wears out, they're supposed to replace it for you. This is the perfect size for my crochet. So, fun souvenir. Okay, let's get to cross stitch, and then I'll get to my other fun things from our trip. Otherwise, it is fall here, cooler weather, leaves on the ground, perfect for those long walks, and some making of pumpkin bread, pumpkin muffins, soups. We are having so much fun with our soups now that it's cool weather. So I hope you're having nice weather where you are. Hope you're staying warm if it's fall there, or cool down there, our Southern Hemisphere friends. So, a few things of cross stitch to show you, but I do want you to remember this is hodgepodge today, not just cross stitch, but I had to get back to say hello. So, I could not find my picture of this piece. I know it's in my storage chair, but this is the piece I'm working on by Cobweb Creations. It is supposed to be Claude Monet's garden. And of course, I'm sorry guys, it is a sampler. And this is his house. Right under where you see Claude Monet is the roof and the front door of his house. And then you see the beginning of the border and some of the beginnings of the words that describe all the beautiful flowers that he planted, as well as the years of his birth and death. Now, I learned something new as working on this. I'm not sure how you pronounce it in French, but the word that looks like glycines to me is the French word for wisteria. So, of course, he loved wisteria in his garden. I did sub out this beautiful blue mottled fabric for the Aida that was in the kit, and this was purchased specifically for the design, and I don't have that with me today, but I have told you that before. I'm hoping to keep plugging on that when it got put aside for other things. Then you remember my Al Forrest embroidery, Russian windows. I would love to finish this one before the spring of 2025. We'll see whether that happens. But I did get some more work on it done. And what I did, excuse me, was, I believe you have not seen this window. You may have. I started this window. Now, I had put in almost that whole window and realized I had miscounted. So every bit of that had to come out. And that's where I stopped putting everything back in. But my people, this is lovely linen, and you know how I feel about their variegated floss because I have talked about it so much. So it's a joy to stitch. I only put it aside because I need to work on other things. Let me try to hold this up. So some of the border has also been done. Maybe I hadn't done that when I saw you before. So the window you see that is incomplete would be the other side of the design. That is how big it is. There's a lot left to do, but we can have a few goals, right? You know me, I pull out what calls me, and I have so many whips I cannot even do a whip parade. But I love this one, as does my husband. So it will get some love, hopefully, soon. And definitely close to a finish, as close as I can get. I was on the hunt for a new rug for my kitchen and ran in Big Lots because some of the Big Lots are going out of business. And I thought maybe I would find a rug there. And I did. I found a nice blue and white washable kitchen rug for the back door. So that was good. Always wander over to the craft section, don't we all? People, look at what I found on clearance. $5. This beautiful Dimensions kit, and I have wanted to stitch Dimensions hydrangea for a long time because of the blues, and they're such gorgeous flowers. But I didn't want to bite off one of the big Dimensions gold since I have so many already in the works. So I grabbed this one, and that very day I had to start it. Would you look at these amazing colors? Let me just see if I can. Oh yes, now you can see those. And I'm just using the organizer the way I always do. I punched the holes in the top for the thread I've already separated and started using. And I'm not having any trouble with that at all, so yay. And I must be a slow stitcher because I did not get a lot done, but this is where I am, using the Ada from the kit. And I think this will definitely be a pillow for my bed, our bed, or one of the chairs in one of the bedrooms. We'll see what I do with it. But this stitching is so easy. It's a good break. And I'm just marking off the chart with a highlighter the old-fashioned way and having a blast. So another one I'd love to keep plotting on. Fun, fun. Dimensions. Does it have a name? Excuse me. Fresh flowers. That's interesting. Maybe they're not hydrangea. Now that I look at the picture, they could be more like violets or, goodness, I don't know. They're going to be hydrangeas. Fresh Flowers is the name of that kit. Excuse me. Okay. Of course, when we travel, we look for cross stitch. And we did not find a lot that I couldn't. We found some things, but I could easily pass up most of what I saw because I have so much. But we went to John Lewis, another favorite department store, and in their haberdashery department, I've told you about that before, they always have some cross stitch, lots of embroidery, beautiful fabrics, sewing machines, notions, everything you can imagine. And I looked and looked and looked, and I didn't really see anything that just said, take me home. The bad news is, or good news for me, my husband found a display that I had not seen of Christmas kits. And I want to show you what he found. This is a Bothy Threads kit. You know I love Bothy Threads. I've only stitched one of theirs, but called Merry Music Makers. And it is 3 mice on a stump, Christmas colors in their hats and coats and scarves, and they're all playing an instrument. So this definitely came home with me. And I'm going to show you how far I've gotten, and then I'll show you the kit because their packaging is always far above what you would expect. So I've worked a good bit on this, and it is a printed Ada. You can see here. And I'll show you this out of the hoop another time. But this is what I've done. So this is the little mouse in the middle. And this will be the scarf of the mouse next door. So I just started filling in his ears and face. And of course, we haven't done any back stitching yet. But I mean, this has to be finished for Christmas. I don't know that I'll have time to get it framed, but I may just lay it somewhere because it is so cute. So here's the little mouse that I'm working on. I'll need to finish, well, we've got to finish his face, then we've got to finish his bottom third with his little feet. Oh yes, we have little pink feet. And then we need to back stitch. Then the red that you saw is the scarf of the trombone player. Fun. I could sit there and just work on that or my hydrangeas and be so happy. And again, a good break for the eyes with this beautiful 14 count Ada. Okay, so you have a box. They have gone plastic free, and you open your box. And of course, I've taken things out, but would you look at that lovely packaging? So I decided not to use their thread organizer, and I have put mine in Flossaway bags on a ring. It came on here, but it was confusing because I was afraid I'd get colors mixed up, but I love their little design. Then you get this sweet, thank you for buying this, new packaging, all recyclable, precious. Time to thread your needle, and right here was the needle. Is that not so adorable? It says, be careful, they might be sharp. And then, of course, what would you like to stitch next? But I always love to look at these. And then a picture of the same thing that's on the front of the box. So this will be helpful while I'm stitching. And then, of course, you've got all your directions here and more directions on all the threads. But they do such an amazing job. And the one Bothy Threads kit that I stitched several years ago, I did run out of one of my colors. Sent them an email, and guys, I got thread in the mail with the sweetest note. I don't know if they still do that, and I don't plan to run out of floss again, but I do love their company. And those of you who live in the UK, you're able to access them very reasonably. So all the fun with Christmas mice, and hope to get that finished. We'll see. Oh, I didn't show you the back. Look how adorable. So it kind of tells you what's inside and then how to contact them. Made in the United Kingdom. Bothy Threads, the home of happy stitching. And it says top tip. This is something I really love. Find yourself a comfy chair and a good light. I love that. Okay, so now just a little bit of chat about travel goodies, and I'll let you go back to your day. Thank you for being here. If you are new, I'm not always this scattered, so thank you for your patience. Please come back or watch some old videos. For those of you who've been with me, thank you. Thank you for comments and for patience when I'm gone and busy, because I always want to come back. All right, so one thing we discovered was a new delicious tea that is caffeine-free because it is not black tea, it is fruit tea. Twinings, cranberry, and raspberry. And I don't know if we can find this here. I know you can order it on Amazon, but we're going to stock up when we're over there. So, yummy. We drink it iced, but I'm sure it would be good hot as well. Very good tea. Then I found these gorgeous note cards at one of the gift shops. I want to say it was one of the mansions we toured, and I won't try to tell you about all of those because I'll get confused. But aren't those just perfect for this time of year? The artist I want to give credit to, who? Anne-Marie Dahlstrom. Anne-Marie Dahlstrom. Just beautiful note cards. And then we discovered, well, I saw it on Instagram, a lovely stationery store in London called Choosing Keeping. This is their Christmas catalog. We kind of had to walk and walk and walk to find it. I mean, it's just eye candy to look at the catalog. But my husband very patiently got me there. It was on a very rainy day that we walked over there. Isn't that beautiful? And we found a fountain pen that I wanted to try because it was small. My hand doesn't do well with big pens. And because it was inexpensive, I think we paid about 20 pounds. It is a German company, and Kaweco, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Kaweco. But look at this pen, how tiny. It has cartridges, so we bought the black and the blue. I know you can order these on Amazon as well, but I think I'm good to go. So you take of course, you take the cap off, and that is your pen. So perfect for a smaller hand. Look at that beautiful nib. So I got the fine point. I'm sure you can get other design, other point, size font, nib. words. And I got it in a beautiful, almost cobalt blue. It writes really well, and it doesn't skip like some fountain pens that I've used before. So this is going to be my special pen for correspondence. I'm just in love with it. And the lady who helped us, such a precious young woman, this was the packaging she sent me out with. Isn't that gorgeous? I just cut the top to get stuff out because I want to keep that. And this is their location. Choosing, keeping. It is choosingkeeping.com, and it does say they ship worldwide. So that's awesome. And let me show you this in case you're interested in that contact information. There's even the address down at the bottom. So if you want to screenshot that. Just a gorgeous store. And so many things. I didn't do a lot. Oh, yes, I did. One more thing. Beautiful washi tape, floral. Let's see if I can show that. I haven't opened that yet. I need to use that. Okay, I think I have talked your ears off. The last thing I'll show you is an adorable little bag. We went in a quilting shop in Newmarket, England, and this was the little shop, and so we began. Gorgeous fabrics. We bought yarn because we wanted the brown for the bag. We also bought some DMC, and did I buy something else in there? Maybe my daughter did. No, maybe that was all. But this was some special yarn she had that looked like a good sport weight that could probably be washed. Such a precious lady there who helped us. If I had been living there, I would have gotten fabric to make dresses for the little girls. But right now, that isn't going to happen. Sometime when I go back, I will do that. Just sweet little store in the downtown area of Newmarket. I guess I should close by telling you my favorite things about the last few months, and those are the gift of family, the gift of that unconditional love, and the blessing of seeing new places and meeting people you've never met before, and seeing sights that you wouldn't see if you hadn't gone to this place. In Newmarket, racehorses are trained, and I'm imagining raised. And so every day, at least once a day, we saw the gorgeous racehorses walking behind the home where our daughter and family live. You would see them on the side of the road going to their training fields. You could see the stables, the fields, oh my word, and the National Racehorse Museum in that same town. Oh my, worth more than a day's travel time because there's so much to see and learn. Just a lot. And then, of course, the beautiful cathedrals and churches in that country. Those are always our first stops, and such blessings there. And then, of course, we would all agree the blessing of coming home. And no place like home, right? So, thank you all for your patience. Have a wonderful rest of your October. I hope when I come back to see you, I will have more cross stitch and we'll be able to show progress and excitement for some of my other whips, as well as progress on these. Take good care. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.